Welcome to Earl Stewart on Cars.
The simplest way for me to answer the question, is nitrogen good to have in your tires, is to go with Consumer Reports. For you listeners, Nancy and I consider Consumer Reports our consumer Bible. I mean, we don't buy anything without checking it in Consumer Reports. I subscribe to it. I go online. They do a great job on cars. But anyway, they did an extensive test on the effect of nitrogen in your tires versus air. And it was a year-long test. They tested every make of tire. I mean, it was really extensive. Every make of tire that they could buy in the United States, and they did a one-year test, and they found no measurable difference in fuel economy, in tire wear, in anything else. And it's not surprising if you know the physics of air is 78% nitrogen. The air that you're breathing right now, the air that you normally put in your tires, is 78% nitrogen. So when some dealer comes and sells you nitrogen in 4 of your tires and charges you $200, you're only getting an extra 22% because you've already got 78% nitrogen. But the reason people believe nitrogen, and what the dealers will tell you when they give you the pitch, they say, well, you know, at Daytona, the NASCAR drivers, they put nitrogen in their tires, and that's true. Well, if you're going to be driving 200 miles an hour, then you might want to put nitrogen in your tires, but I wouldn't recommend that. Nitrogen does not expand as rapidly as air, which I've already told you is 78% nitrogen. Oxygen actually has a greater coefficient of expansion, and so that slightly increases the amount of expansion. So you don't want to have the high heat cause the tires to expand if you're going 200 miles an hour. They also put nitrogen airline tires. When you take off and you go from sea level up to 30,000 feet or whatever, the same thing applies. The difference in air pressure, they prefer to have less expansion and contraction in the tires. And they also use the nitrogen in the space shuttle. So that sounds real impressive. And so people think, well, if it's good enough for the space shuttle, then I want it in my tires. If it's free, fine. But don't pay any money because Consumer Reports has proved that nitrogen is worthless in your tires. I don't know of a dealer, other than myself, that does not push and sell nitrogen in your tires. Usually they put it in the tires when you buy the car, and they've got an addendum sticker on the window charging you $200. It varies all over. I've seen $400. I've seen $100. It's whatever they want to charge you. You can buy a tank of nitrogen, and that'll fill 1,000 tires for probably $100. So the nitrogen costs them nothing, and then they way overcharge you for a worthless product. It's just like a dealer fee. I mean, it's another form of the dealer fee. It's something that they fool you about and they charge you for that has no value whatsoever.